In the last video, we talked about drill bit materials and point angles. Knowing the difference between high-speed steel, cobalt, carbide, and the different point angles helps you choose the right drill bit for the job. But sooner or later, every drill bit gets dull. Today we're going to talk about something just as important: how to restore that cutting edge so the drill bit actually works. I'm demonstrating on a drill sharpening machine, but the principles we'll cover today apply to just about any drill sharpening machine. A lot of people sharpen a drill bit, chuck it back into the drill, and are disappointed. The drill bit still squeals, still wanders across the work, still gets hot, or still doesn't seem to cut very well. The sharpening machine usually isn't the problem. The problem is that the drill bit wasn't sharpened consistently. Good sharpening is all about producing two cutting edges that do the same amount of work. One philosophy has stayed with me ever since I learned to sharpen drill bits years ago in a machine shop tool room. A sharpening is a touch-up, not an overhaul. You're not trying to completely reshape the drill bit. You're simply restoring the cutting edges. Don't remove as much metal as possible. Remove as little as necessary to put the cutting edges back to work. If you touch up a drill bit while it's only beginning to lose its edge, you'll remove less material, create less heat, and greatly extend the useful life of that drill bit. Before you ever turn on the sharpening machine, inspect the drill bit. Look for chipped corners, broken tips, cracks, or signs that the cutting edge has been overheated. Some drill bits have reached the end of their life. Most have not. Most are simply dull from normal use and are excellent candidates for sharpening. Now inspect the sharpening machine. This is something many people overlook. A dirty chuck doesn't grip the drill bit as consistently as a clean one. Grinding dust builds up around the chuck and moving parts until the rotation starts feeling rough or sticky. If the chuck doesn't move smoothly, it's much harder for you to make smooth, repeatable grinding passes. Before I sharpen drill bits, I like to make sure everything is clean and operating freely. Consistency starts with the machine. While we're talking about cleanliness, let's also talk about safety. Every bit of steel you remove from the drill bit becomes grinding dust. Some of it stays inside the machine. Some settles onto your workbench. Some becomes airborne. If you're sharpening several drill bits, think about good ventilation, dust collection, or wearing an appropriate respirator. Just because you can't see that fine dust floating in the air doesn't mean you're not breathing it. Now it's time to install the drill bit. Every sharpening machine has its own alignment procedure, so follow the instructions for your particular machine. This is not a step to rush through. Proper alignment gives both cutting edges the opportunity to be sharpened equally. If the drill bit isn't aligned correctly at the beginning, no amount of grinding will completely correct that mistake later. Now we're ready to sharpen. The biggest mistake I see is trying to hurry through the grinding process. Slow down and develop a rhythm. Every grinding pass should be one smooth, deliberate motion. Before you grab the chuck, be ready to complete one smooth half-turn. Don't begin the rotation until you're prepared to finish it in one continuous movement. Don't stop halfway through. Don't speed up. Don't slow down. And don't accidentally over-rotate into the next grind. Complete one smooth half-turn. Stop. Reposition your hand, then make the next pass. That rhythm is much more important than speed. Another habit that has served me well is completing an even number of full grinding rotations before stopping to inspect the drill bit. Giving both cutting edges the same amount of grinding helps produce a more symmetrical point. Resist the temptation to keep grinding just because the machine is running. Stop frequently and inspect your progress. It's always easier to remove a little more steel than to wish you hadn't removed so much. While you're sharpening, don't depend only on your eyes. Use your ears and your hands too. Listen to the grinding. Feel the grinding. The sound should remain fairly consistent as the chuck rotates. The resistance should feel about the same throughout the grinding cycle. If one part of the rotation suddenly becomes louder or feels like it's carrying more of the load, one cutting edge may be receiving more grinding than the other. Those small differences can tell you something isn't right long before you remove the drill bit for inspection. Now let's inspect the point itself. This is where magnification really helps. Under the microscope, it's much easier to see what's actually happening at the cutting edges. You're looking for symmetry. Both cutting lips should be the same length. Both relief surfaces should appear similar. The point should remain centered. Both outside corners should be sharp and clean. There shouldn't be random grinder marks across the cutting edges. Perfection isn't the goal. Symmetry is. If both cutting edges are doing the same amount of work, the drill bit will drill straighter, cut more smoothly, produce better chips, and require less feed pressure. If something doesn't look quite right, don't panic. Make another light touch-up. Remember, sharpening isn't an overhaul. You're making small corrections, then checking your progress. That's much better than trying to remove everything in one long grinding session. Now it's time for the only test that really matters. Put the drill bit back into a drill and drill a hole. Listen to how it cuts. Watch the chips coming out of the hole. Pay attention to how much pressure you're applying. A properly sharpened drill bit should feed more easily, produce cleaner chips, run cooler, and leave a cleaner hole than it did before sharpening. That's the proof that your sharpening actually worked. If the drill bit still isn't performing well, don't immediately blame the sharpening machine. Go back and inspect the drill bit again. Most sharpening problems come down to inconsistency, inconsistent alignment, inconsistent grinding motion, inconsistent pressure, inconsistent inspection. Develop consistent habits, and your sharpening results become much more predictable. Once you're finished, spend a minute cleaning the sharpening machine. Brush away the grinding dust. Wipe off the chuck area. Make sure everything still rotates smoothly. A clean machine is easier to use accurately the next time you sharpen a drill bit, and regular cleaning helps extend the life of the machine as well. The biggest lesson I'd like you to remember today is that good drill sharpening isn't about owning a particular machine. It's about developing repeatable habits. Keep the machine clean. Make smooth, deliberate grinding passes. Complete your rotations consistently. Listen to the sound. Feel the resistance. Inspect the point often. Remove only enough steel to restore the cutting edges. Do those things consistently, and you'll spend less money replacing drill bits. You'll drill cleaner holes, and you'll have more confidence every time you pick up a drill. In our last video, we covered drill bit materials and point angles. Today we learned how to keep those drill bits cutting like they should. In the next video, we're going to move farther back on the drill bit and look at the shank. Different shank designs solve different problems, and understanding those differences will help you get even better performance from the drill bits you already own. Until then, keep learning, keep building, and keep your shop proven.